Let's start reading the wonderful book, The Path of Inner Leadership. Today we are going to begin with the first chapter, The Path Within. Prelude to the Journey. The story does not begin with a battle outside. It begins within. It is the same battlefield that Arjun once faced, not of weapons, but of choices. His conflict sets the stage, but it is everyone's story that unfolds through the Bhagavad Gita. In each dilemma, each doubt, each duty done with sincerity, the dialogue continues between confusion and conscience, between fear and faith, between the voice of the mind and the whisper of the soul. Prem's journey mirrors that universal journey. He began as a seeker of success, believing leadership was about control, achievement, and recognition. But through the quiet mentoring of Govindji, echoing the timeless guidance of Krishna, he learned that true leadership begins not in command but in clarity, not in power but in presence. Each chapter of his life became a verse in motion, learning that discipline refines energy, that awareness purifies intention, that compassion softens strength, and that surrender transforms action into grace. The Bhagavad Gita does not ask us to abandon the world, it asks us to engage with it consciously, to see work as worship, relationships as reflection, and life itself as a field for inner mastery. It teaches that freedom does not lie in escape, but in equanimity, the ability to stay steady amid change, to act without attachment, and to love without fear. In the modern world of corporate deadlines and digital noise, this ancient dialogue remains astonishingly relevant. Its wisdom doesn't demand robes or retreats. It only asks for awareness in the meeting room, in the kitchen, and in the heart. Every email sent with integrity, every decision made with empathy, every choice guided by purpose becomes an expression of the same eternal teaching. To act without ego, to serve without expectation, and to rest without guilt. Leadership, in its truest sense, is the courage to listen, first to oneself, then to others, and finally to that silent intelligence that guides all things. It is to stand firm in duty yet soft in spirit, to strive outwardly and surrender inwardly. When Prem finally closed his journal, he realized that the Gita had not ended. It had simply moved inside him. The battlefield had become the boardroom. The conversations had become conscience, and the teacher had taken the form of the inner awareness. And somewhere in that stillness between thought and action. He heard the same voice that once spoke to Arjun, gentle yet firm, timeless yet immediate. Act but do not cling. Give but do not count. Lead but do not own. For in serving the whole, you discover the self. The path of inner leadership is not a philosophy to remember. It is a rhythm to live by. Every time one chooses clarity over confusion, purpose over impulse, and peace over pride, the Gita comes alive again. This is the end of the first chapter.